I was thinking about the 50-year mortgages that we were talking about yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I think they should let you do a house through Klarna. They should just try it.
Is that not the same thing as a mortgage? You just want your mortgage through Klarna?
Yeah, because it's buy now, pay later.
Yeah.
So, like, I should be able to Apple Pay for my house. It's like usually 4 easy payments, but break that over 50 years.
So wait, like...
The average price of a house is what, $600,000?
What's 50 divided by 4? 15-ish?
No, like 12.
12?
Like 12,
yeah.
12 and a quarter.
So like what, 1 payment every 12 years? Is that what you want? 4 easy payments over 50 years?
I was just thinking many payments over many months.
Oh, okay.
Like 50-year payments. But you pay once
2
each
payments a month for 50 years?
No, just one. Just one payment. What's the average house price is probably what, like...
Average house price is fucked. You have to look at like the median price.
That's what I meant. The median house price.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It also depends on where you are. Where are we looking?
I'm going to just Google entire US.
In the entirety of the US,
Yeah.
It's probably median.
It's got to be less than 5.
No.
Really?
Yeah, I'd say median house price in America is like 6.
You think even
6
with
to 7?
even with places like Kansas existing, the median house price is 6?
Yeah.
You think that Hawaii and California and New York are enough to offset it?
I mean, it is more than that too. It's like fucking Seattle.
435.
435.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, let's see.
I guess we're not ruined. Turns out I can buy a house.
I mean,
for $435,000.
That is a lot considering my dad's 2-bedroom, 2-bath house. No, 3-bedroom, 2-bath house was $210 when he bought it. But I mean, I think that like 435 is like average because this house is priced at more than 400, but the houses that we're looking at that are much bigger are still under 5. So let's see. Okay, 435,000 divided by 50. So you have to pay $8,700 a year.
What's that each month?
Divided by 12. $725. And
dude, that's cheaper than my fucking rent. I'll take a 50-year mortgage. I don't give a fuck. I'm paying $700 a month to own my house.
Wait, hold on, because we have to do this. So open a new tab.
I mean, odds are I'll probably be dead before I pay off the mortgage, but
so the average interest rate right now is 6.34%. So 435 times 0.06. What was it? 74? 34 times 6.34. It's $27,000 a year times 50.
Wait, so I have to pay $8,000 a year, but the interest on that is $27,000 a year? How does that make sense?
Because you pay that much, the 6.3%. So when you take out your loan,
yeah,
you go to the bank and you say, I need a $435,000 loan.
Yeah.
And then they say, okay, here's $435,000. Oh, well, I guess not really. It's a lot more complicated than that. So
there's no way 6% interest gets you from 400,000 to over $1 million.
Here, let's try this. Well, it could if it's 50 years, because what happens is you go and you say, I need $435,000, and then they give you that, but they say you have to pay us 6.34% interest each year, which means you have to pay 6.34% interest of your outstanding loan every year, broken up.
Yeah, so that the amount that's being multiplied by the 6% is going down each month that you pay.
Yeah, that's why I said it's a lot more complicated. I'm going to pull up the mortgage calculator. Okay. 435,000. The down payment, 0. Just going to wing it. Loan amount's 435. Interest rate is 6.34. Loan term, 50 years. Property tax, I'm just going to leave everything
Just property tax, leave it at 0.
You want me to go 0?
Yeah.
You're in Texas? Okay.
Yeah.
PMI, I don't know what that is.
I just want to know, like...
Are you living in an HOA?
No. Fuck no.
Okay. I'm just going to do monthly HOA 0, loan type conventional. And this is not a refinance. This is a buy. Calculate.
What's it saying?
I'm looking. I don't know. It's not spitting out a normal thing. It's not spitting out like a big bright number that I can find. There's a bunch of other numbers on here. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Yeah, no, it would get you over $1 million. So if you're doing 600 payments on a $435,000 house, you will have paid your bank back $1,573,664.16.
Is this assuming that I am only paying like what it says minimum payment? I'm not adding the interest in to my monthly payment? Because if you pay, like when you have a loan, they tell you, okay, you need to pay this much. Right. But if you pay that much plus whatever the interest is going to be, or like you kick in a couple hundred more
to the, you're talking about adding stuff to the principal, which is paying the loan down more than, because the minimum is the interest.
Yeah. Oh, the minimum is the interest?
Well,
I thought the minimum was just to have it done like on time when you originally
includes
said.
The interest, right?
Okay.
So they'll say, so in this case, your monthly payment would be it's $31,000. Oh, $2,706
per month.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's your minimum, right?
Okay. So that makes more sense than $700 a month.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing. So you're at $2,706. You can go in and say, oh, I'm just gonna put $3,000 down, $2,706 towards the minimum, $294 to the principal, and then that will help bring your interest down over the course of however long. But yeah, gotcha.
Because that's what I do with my car loan. I think my car payment is like $380, but I end up paying like $500 a month.
Oh, you pay $500.
Yeah. I'm like 2 or 3 months ahead on my car payments by now. So if I need to, I can just chill for a little bit. 2025.
I'm 3 years ahead of my car payments because I paid it off. I got a 5-year loan and then just paid it off.
Yeah.
And then my credit score went down.
Your credit score went down? Oh, because you didn't have something you were actively paying?
Yeah, I have nothing. I have no loans.
If you want a good credit score, you have to actively be in debt.
And you have to actively be in debt in a nice,
which is why I have
small window.
Fucking great credit score.
You have to be no more than 30% of your allotted credit line.
Yeah.
But yeah, I paid it off, closed the account, and they said, that'll be 20 points, please.
They said, you suck.
My credit score went from like almost perfect down to like great. Like it got downgraded, and I was like, damn. And now my bank emails me like once a week, and they're like, auto loan today, sir? Auto loan?
You want to buy another car?
They have gradually increased it. It started off with like $50,000. Now it's up to like $90,000 for an auto loan. And I'm like, what am I buying? A Bugatti?
Dude, that's what happened with my Discover card. Like, because I've also just had it for a while. I'm like damn near up to 100,000 on that. They just keep upping my credit limit. I don't ever use it. I just pay like what I have on it, because I've been paying off. Like, I made a couple big purchases a couple years ago, and I've just been working on like paying those off over time. And they're like, here's some more money. You should spend it. You should spend more money. Spend it.
I maintain the rule of I don't buy what I can't afford unless it's an emergency. And so what I do is I just treat my credit card like it's my debit card. So I put everything except gas, because gas is like for some reason like 30 cents more expensive when you use a credit card.
Yeah.
So everything except gas and Costco, because you can't use a credit card. Well, you can't use a Discover card at Costco. I just put on my Discover card or my Apple. Actually, I put it on my Discover card, and then all of my subscriptions are through my Apple card, because there's a loophole. So with the Apple card, you get 3% cash back if you use Apple Pay.
Okay.
2% cash back if you use 3% cash back if you use Apple Pay on an Apple service or at an Apple store, like at Apple. If you're paying Apple money, you get 3% cash back. 2% if you use Apple Pay anywhere, and then 1% if you use the card. So the subscriptions I purchase through an app on my phone. So like, let's say I'm like, oh, I want like my Planet Fitness subscription, right? So that's linked. It's actually linked to my bank account. That's a bad example. So my HBO subscription.
Okay.
So when I subscribed to HBO, I downloaded the HBO Max app and subscribed through there, because when you use the app on iPhone, it now goes through the App Store, which is an Apple service.
Yes,
So-
and it makes your subscription prices more expensive.
No, it's the same price.
No, it's not. Apple charges a commission for anything done through their App Store.
I compared
And
it.
so they like up prices for a lot of shit, like subscriptions,
My Adobe's through
different
Apple, and it's still
products and
$9.99
shit
a
like
month.
that.
Either
Huh?
way, my
Adobe's overpriced to begin with. You should just pirate it or find an open source alternative. Fuck Adobe.
I know. Canva just bought like a software company. I forget what it's called.
Oh, I think I heard about that. I thought it was the other way though. I thought somebody bought Canva.
No, Canva bought it and is going to open source it and make it free to use for everyone.
Canva or whatever they bought.
Whatever they bought. Canva's still ass, but whatever they bought is the equivalent of Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop and
Microsoft Paint.
no, what's the F one? Fresco?
The drink?
No, Adobe Fresco. It's like a drawing app. But yeah, so it's like the equivalent of that, and so they're just gonna make it like open source for everyone. But anyway, my point is that any subscription that I get through an app. I download that company's app and then purchase it, and it counts as being bought through the App Store because you're using an Apple app. And so then that gives me my 3% cash back, and then that gets put into a high yield savings account. So now I have this high yield savings account with like $900 in it that I've just never like actually like done anything with, and it's just purely out of my subscriptions, like rebates.
You're gonna look at that one day and it's gonna say 0. We lost all your money.
It's not that kind of high yield savings. It just has a high interest rate. It fluctuates. When I started, it had like a 6% interest rate. Now it's down to like a 4% interest rate. But I mean, again, this is $900 that I would have not otherwise had.
Yeah.
So,
I've been trying to get into buying bonds, but I don't think I have enough money.
recession indicator. Wait, bonds are only like $100.
Oh, I don't know. The ones I looked at were like $20,000. Like
if you're buying a $20,000 bond,
I just Googled like how to buy treasury bonds, and then I went to the treasury website and it was like, you have all these different options starting out at $20,000, and I was like, okay, never mind, I can't buy a bond.
There's this type of account that I was looking into. It's called a CD. I don't know what it stands for.
Compact disc.
Maybe. But essentially it's a high yield savings account, but like the interest rate is like super jacked up because you put your money in and you can't access it until the end of the contract. So high yield savings account, they're like, okay, we'll give you 4% interest rate versus your bank's 0.1% interest. And then you can just go in there and take out the money anytime you want. But with the CD, if you take money out of that account, if you say you have to sign a contract for X amount of months or years, usually it starts at a year. It goes a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever. If at any point during that contract you take money out, the contract is completely void and you lose your interest.
Damn.
You get your money back, but you just lose the interest, right?
Yeah.
But the interest rate is jacked up. Like it's like like you can turn a couple $1,000s into like hundreds of thousands of dollars if you just leave it in there and trust them with your money. But everyone buy Bitcoin.
I mean, fucking Robinhood, was it, now has Bitcoin in their like reserves?
I am like pretty sure that we now have like a cryptocurrency wing of the treasury.
Oh yeah, no, we have
like that.
Bitcoin in the Federal Reserve as well.
Fort Knox is just full of Bitcoin. It's just Bitcoin servers. There's no gold. They melted
just a box of USB sticks. And that's it.
They melted down the gold to make the server racks for the Bitcoin mining.
Oh my god, dude, a Bitcoin backed US dollar.
Oh my god. That's kind of what we're doing right now. That's like the economic plan at this point in time.
God, I'm gonna kill myself.
Oh my God. I saw this thing and people were like, I think it was the New York Post, posted a thing about like, oh, can't wait to see bread lines in New York now that Zoran Mamdani is going to be mayor. He's not mayor yet, going to be mayor. And then immediately there's an article after it by the same publication about how people are lined up for like 2 miles in Ohio for food banks because there's no SNAP benefits.
Yep.
And it's like, awesome. Just, it's that meme. It's like life under socialism, and it's like the slums, and then like the gate, and then like the weird futuristic city.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is literally a picture of Brazil, which is a capitalist state.
Inshallah, we shall bring the light of Islam to New York City.
I'm interested to see like the spins on it, because it's like he literally was like, I want to give you free stuff, and everyone's like, no. Well, I live in Kansas. You can't give people in New York free stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say the people in Kansas were saying no. The people in New York were like, yes, please.
Did you hear
Dude,
that?
Oh my God, I might go to New York City next year.
Oh,
I just remembered.
For what?
League Worlds. The
Nice.
Finals are in New York City next year.
Have you've been to Florida?
Yeah.
So you've been out of California.
I've been out of California a lot,
Okay.
yeah. But I've only been in the East Coast once.
Florida.
Yeah.
Different type of East Coast up in New York.
Yeah.
Very much different type of East Coast.
I'm excited. I'm
gonna tell you now, I hate to sound like the person living in Kansas, but I do not like New York City. It's just not for me. That's all it is.
I love big ass cities.
It's a very nice city. I walked through Hell's Kitchen. I felt very safe, and this was back in 2013.
Oh yeah, because Daredevil's there.
Yeah,
you don't got to worry about getting your ass beat.
And this was Netflix's Daredevil. This was not Disney's Daredevil. No, it was fine. It's not for me.
Yeah,
I don't think it's for me. I don't think I could live there. I see the housing situation there, and it's not even just the fact.
Yeah,
that,
I don't think I could live there.
It's not even the fact that like it's like.
Well, maybe now that Mamdani's mayor.
Well, it's not even the fact that it's like $2,500 for like a 1-bedroom. It's the fact that like, it's like, here's this trapezoidal shaped bedroom where every wall is curved, so you can't technically put a bed against it. Also, the stove is about 4 inches wide with 1 burner on it, like, and they just kind of like fit what they can. And it's just, I couldn't. I just can't.
New York City is the closest to like European walkable cities we will have in this country, though. Walkable cities with public transport.
San Francisco's pretty close. Well, the main part of San Francisco, not anything west of Golden Gate Park.
Yeah.
But I think New York does rank number 1 in public transportation, but I feel like, again, it's a really, really big city, so it's kind of like the whole like, oh, California has the most murders, and it's like, yeah, we have 40 million people here. Of course, we have more murders. Of course, there's more public transportation in a city with 8 million people.
Yeah, number of murders may be higher, but look at the rate of murder.
Right. So I think New York is number 1 in public transportation, but I think San Francisco is number 2. Like it's not like that.
Yeah, they got Waymo.
They don't count that. They count anything from Mooney or BART, or there's like one other service that they have. I forget what it is. The light rails there are different from Mooney.
Mm-hmm.
Mooney's the buses. Light rails are a different thing. But New York is fine. I mean, I did the most touristy things when I was there. I will say that. Like, we went to Times Square, and that was just like, I don't want to do that ever again.
Yeah, I don't know if I would go to Times Square, but well,
there is a 5-story Toys R Us.
Yeah, see, I'd want to go to like the crazy ass stores and shit they got out there.
Fifth Avenue, they got a big ass Lego store.
The Worlds for League, most of it is going to be in Texas, and then the finals are going to be in New York City. I want to go to the New York City because 1, I've never been there, and 2, I have no desire to go to Texas, and 3, I would rather go to the finals than like the play-ins and the quarters and all that.
Where in Texas is it? Like Dallas?
It's not Dallas. It's like
it's got to be one of the triangles.
No, it's not.
Like
let me see if I can find.
Benton,
I think
Texas.
It started with an H.
Houston?
Not Houston. Allen, Texas. So it
Again,
didn't start with an H.
They're making up places.
Yeah, no, I would rather go to the one in New York City. And then I was talking to the people that I play League with, and I was like, hey, we should all go, because a bunch of them I've never like met in person before. They live like farther north, and they were like, oh yeah, let's go to the New York City one. And then last night they were like, I don't know, maybe we go to Texas. And I was like, why the fuck would you want to go to Texas? And they're like, we could see comedians. I was like, you want to see the comedians that moved out to Texas?
You can see comedians in New York, though.
Yeah. You can see better ones in New York. The ones that fucking went to Texas are the fucking weird-ass transphobic, like, Joe Rogan circuit type of comedians.
I'll rephrase my thing of, besides me just saying, like, New York wasn't for me and I accept that, I think it's something that everyone should experience at least once. My mom, who famously was like scared to walk through Sacramento, went to New York and loved it. So yeah, like, I don't know.
I want to go to the subway and I want to see a big ass rat.
Their rats are down because Eric Adams, his like one good thing that he did, besides the whole like
we're getting the rats out of New York City.
Besides the whole like New York is the blank of the world, insert capital name, when he visits another country. I don't know if you've seen that. He'll just go to like another country and he'll be like in Turkey. So he'll be like, oh, I've always said that New York is the Istanbul of America. Or he'll go like, he went to Albania and he goes, I've always said that New York is the Albania of America. And it's like, that's a country.
I mean, there's an Albany, New York, close enough.
But yeah, one of his big policy achievements is that they started using trash cans with lids. Like, you know how we have the big trash cans you wheel out to the curb?
Yeah.
On wheels? Yeah, they started using lids on those.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, like at their like residential trash cans or like the public ones?
Yep.
What the fuck?
And the dumpsters.
And the dumpsters?
Yep.
Everything was just open.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you would. It's like it's.
And that cut down on the rats? Just putting lids on trash cans?
By like 19% over 8 months.
What the fuck? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say that I have not heard Zoran Mamdani's plan for the rats, but I have heard Curtis Sliwa's.
Yeah, he's just gonna release feral cats into New York City.
And who wouldn't?
Oh my god, dude! If Mamdani didn't win, I would have been fine with Sliwa winning.
He's
fucking funny.
I think Mamdani should give him like a job as like hot dog cart czar or like something like very.
Someone was saying put him in charge of Jersey and let's see what happens.
Another state.
Yeah,
he's the ambassador to New Jersey.
Yeah.
I mean, Curtis Sliwa, his whole thing is he's a guardian angel, which is like a
I heard him telling stories about how he was like raiding crack houses with just normal dudes.
Yeah,
no guns, no body armor or anything. They just walked in and got shot at.
It's like the antithesis of the Black Panthers. Actually, no, I'll say it's like the Black Panthers are Superman and the guardian angels are like Batman, but if Batman was like a little bit more evil. like Zack Snyder's Batman, but James Gunn's Superman. Like it's like they're like they have good intentions, but they are just all conservative. And like that was Curtis Sliwa's whole thing, is he was like, crime in New York.
Yeah,
like that's his big thing. So I fundamentally disagree with him on everything, but he's genuine.
Yeah,
like he sees it as it is. And like, I don't know if you saw, someone asked him, he was on Fox News, because obviously, and people were like, oh, like, what do you say about a communist mayor? And he's like, first off, he's not a communist. Like, let's get that straight. But also, we have elected a literal democratic socialist president before, and the world didn't end. Like, not a big deal. If the voters don't like him, they will not reelect him. Very simple. Capri Sun. But yeah, I don't know. I think I think people like him so much just because he's not like the new style of Republican. He's a very old style.
Sliwa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like
and he's also just like, hey, so like there's a living crisis, or there's like a cost of living crisis in New York City. What's your answer to that? And he's just like, let me tell you about the time I got shot 6 times in the ass in my own apartment.
Did you see?
It's like, what? That's not close to the question we asked you.
Did you see that apparently now Andrew Cuomo is now thinking about running for an open congressional seat in New York?
Cuomo's running for congressional seat in New York?
Yeah. And it's like, someone was like, this guy does not understand the word no.
So he went from governor to mayor, and now he wants a seat in Congress.
He went from governor to sex pest to trying to run for mayor. to getting rejected to now going to Congress.
That's crazy. Cuomo Democratic nomination 2028 election.
Oh, I would not be surprised if he tried to run for president again. The thing is people, Jesus Christ, people okay. People always think that the mayor's seat is like a cannonball into the president. There has never been someone who was New York mayor that was president.
Yeah.
Like, I think the closest we got was one of the Roosevelts. I think one of them was mayor, but that's not the reason that they got elected as president. They got elected. I think it was.
Well, did it like snowball from there? Like they were mayor, and then
I think it was,
they became more involved in politics, and
and that's the whole thing. Is the governorship would have been his in for that, but no one is like, oh, the mayor.
Yeah.
Like, again, people don't know who Gavin Newsom is because he was the mayor of San Francisco.
Yeah.
I mean, that was his in, but they know him now because he's the governor of California. Like, if he were to, like,
I mean, that makes sense because once you're the governor versus a mayor, you have influence over more people. You're on more TVs.
That's why Pete Buttigieg's campaign went nowhere in 2020 because he was like, I'm the mayor of South Bend, Indiana. It's like, brother in Christ, how many people live in South Bend, Indiana?
Does Sacramento have a mayor, or do we just have the governor?
We unfortunately have a mayor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a bozo.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, he's a bozo.
Okay. Does DC have a mayor? Washington, D.C.?
Get ready for the worst explanation. Yes and no. So officially, yes. There is a mayor. Her name is Muriel Bowser.
Oh, fuck.
But
we need to get that bitch out of there.
In addition to having a mayor, they also have their own attorney general, their own, like, secretary of education. So they're...
For a single city?
Yes, because they're a district. So they have to operate like a state, but they don't get statehood.
Why can't... So, I feel like, just to make things worse, we should just have the president be the mayor of DC.
He is. So that's another layer on top of it. So
they got two mayors?
DC has its own city council, right? So they could theoretically be like, hey guys, we have $4 billion lying around. Everyone gets universal income. Everyone gets healthcare. Everyone gets a puppy and also drugs and food and whatever you want, right? Everyone gets a Lego set. We have the money for it. And then Congress has authority over DC because DC is not a statehood. Congress could simply just say no. And then they have to listen to that.
So hear me out, right? I'm mayor of DC. I'm like, you know what? The White House, bit of an eyesore.
Federal land, no control over it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's another thing. So, like, for example, that was our whole thing. Is like, we have a federal building down here in Sacramento, and it's like, why can't Gavin Newsom just simply like blow it up? It's on federal land. He, like, the National Guard, the CHP, Sacramento City Police, Sacramento County Sheriffs, they're not allowed to conduct business on that.
Okay, but what if I go up the building and I do a land acknowledgement and I say we're giving this back?
Again, it's under the authority of the Interior at that point. The Secretary of the Interior.
So I can't just defederalize the land?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like like if you were to look at a map.
What if I fertilize the land? What happens then?
I don't know, but if you were to look at a map of like Sacramento, that portion of like Sacramento would have like a carve out in it. It's an enclave. So like theoretically, if there was like a war criminal, right, like Netanyahu, and he was in Sacramento for some random reason, and the mayor was like, "We're going to arrest Netanyahu." If he walked into the federal building, the police would have to stop. It would be up to federal police to make that determination at that point.
Gotcha.
It's like
I mean, he's got to leave at some point.
Who's the WikiLeaks guy?
Edward Snowden?
No, that was not WikiLeaks.
Yeah, it was.
Julian Assange.
Oh, yeah.
The creator of WikiLeaks. Okay, yeah. That guy. He was in London. I don't know what country, but he was in London. And he had an international arrest warrant, and London was like, okay, or the UK was like, okay, we'll honor this and we'll extradite him. He went into some country's embassy because the embassy's like open to the public, but because you're on their embassy property, you are now on that country's soil, technically, like legally. So UK police had to like stop, and he just stayed in there for like 7 years. Like in this one building.
Wasn't there also like a girl that did like some WikiLeaks shit? Or not a girl, but like a woman?
Chelsea Manning.
Yeah,
I'm assuming
that's the other one.
Yeah, I don't know what she did, but
I don't know what she did either. I just hear
Chelsea
her name.
Manning, Edward Snowden, and Julian Assange.
Yeah,
the big three.
The three only patriots to have ever existed.
And this is episode 43 of the Learning Curve podcast.
Woo!
Look at that. Beautiful transition 30 minutes into this.
God damn.
It's okay. We talked about Curtis Sliwa. It's a W. Honestly, coming to the podcast soon. George Santos, I'm working on it. And Curtis Sliwa. Could you imagine?
Fuck, dude. If we got George Santos in here, I would have a great time. We do the BBC episode with George Santos. Get him to leak state secrets.
No, I want to play Battlefield with him.
Want to play Battlefield with George Santos?
Yes.
I do not want to do that. I'll be like, homie, you are shit. Shoot the bad guys. Fucking res me. What are you doing?
He'd probably get very mad.
Get out of the fucking helicopter. You don't know how to fly it, you dumb fuck.
I mean, realistically, if we did have him on, I would be talking to him about prison reform.
About prison reform? The guy who was pardoned. You want to talk to him about prison reform? Yes, he was. Or no, he was.
His sentence was commuted. He's still a felon. He still can't run for office or anything.
Okay, so he got out of jail for free.
Yes.
And you want to talk to him about prison reform?
Because that's the reason he got out, is he wrote Trump and was like, hi, it's really bad here.
I feel like that motherfucker would have said anything to get out of jail.
Well, let's pick his
He's also historically a liar. So I'd want to talk to him about some of his fits. Fuck prison reform and fuck the politics.
Yeah, I want to know whose baby he stole that one time.
Yeah. Like, fuck talking to him about politics. Who cares? Everyone does that shit. Let's get to know the real him.
Let's get him to run for Sacramento City Council. Okay. Episode 43. We're here. Do we want to introduce ourselves, or are we just going to go into it?
Nope.
Okay. We're two anonymous people.
I'm Tom. He's Cruz.
I'm Mapother.
Mapother?
Yeah, his maiden last, or his legal last name.
Tom Mapother?
We talked about this last week. He's the fourth. Tom Cruise Mapother, the fourth.
Oh my god.
We talked about this last week.
Mapother. That just ruined everything for me.
Did you just get hit on the head last night during the wig snatch? Okay. We are here with our second installment of the Mission Impossible rewatch.
Yep.
Mission Impossible 11, as the poster says. Mission Impossible 2. So we'll do it just like last time. We'll go over some quick facts, year of release. Last time we did do the box office towards the end. We'll include that in the quick facts this time.
Okay.
So we'll kind of do that. We'll go over the leading actors. Not that there are anyone of substantial fame in this movie.
I wonder who's the leading actor in Mission Impossible 2.
Some fun facts, and then we'll talk about what we remember from the first time we saw this film, or the last like memorable time, and then we'll talk about our positives and negatives from the rewatch. We'll go over reviews at large, and then we'll do our ratings and where we would rank it. Okay, so starting with quick facts. Mission Impossible 2. This was a movie from 2000. I was wrong. It was not 1999. I was off by 1 year. It predates Shrek by a year.
Damn, pre-Shrek.
Pre-Shrek movie, and it looks like a pre-Shrek movie. There's a general look. You know what it reminds me of, actually?
Mission Impossible 1.
Have you ever seen the original Hulk movie with Eric Bana in it?
I think I have like once. That's the one where there's like that military general that Hulk just like backhands and he kills against a tree, right?
No, that's the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, okay.
That's from the MCU. I'm talking about the one that Ang Lee directed back in like 2003.
Oh no, I haven't seen that one.
It's very bad, but it kind of reminds me of like the way that this is directed. On IMDb, it's listed as an action epic, spy, action adventure, thriller, and gun fu.
Gun fu.
I've never heard of this genre before. But it would appear that other movies in this genre.
What's that fucking martial arts that guy who
Krav Maga.
Krav Maga, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that like went to Russia and teaches that now?
I don't know his name, but I used to watch Krav
You know
Maga
who I'm talking about, right?
No.
Oh my god.
Okay, look it up. Other movies in this genre include Ballerina, The Matrix, John Wick, Havoc.
Havoc?
The Suicide Squad, apparently. Kingsman, Free Guy. Okay, so we're just putting anything in here. Yes, release.
Steven Seagal. That's who it is.
Steven Seagal lives in Russia now?
Yeah.
Steven Seagal's so fake, man.
He like fucking immigrated there hella long ago.
He's so fake. He's literally the worst person ever.
He goes there and he teaches Krav Maga.
Okay.
Or sorry, Aikido. That's what it was.
Aikido's that you know that guy that teaches like the self-defense where he like disarms people, but it's like very slow and it's like, yeah, okay, I would have just pulled the trigger by now.
Yeah.
That's what Aikido is.
Yeah. Steven Seagal wrote an open letter to the leadership of Thailand in 2003 urging them to enact a law to prevent the torture of baby elephants.
How heroic of him. Okay, so this movie was not directed by Brian De Palma.
Steven Seagal supported the annexation of Crimea by Russia.
Shocker. Steven Seagal, have you ever seen a picture of him?
Yeah.
Take a guess at his ethnicity. He could be Native American. He could also be Asian.
He could also be Russian.
White.
Yeah.
So this movie was not directed by Brian De Palma, which was the guy who directed the first one. They switched it up to John Woo, who I'm going to name some movies here. Tell me if you've seen him. The most famous one that he's directed besides this one, the top build, Face Off.
I haven't seen it, but that's the one with Nick Cage, right? And someone takes his face.
Nick Cage and John Travolta. It's actually a very good movie. And then it kind of just tapers off after there because he also directed a movie called Hard Boiled, The Killer, A Better Tomorrow, Silent Night, which was more recent, which got really bad reviews. So he's like an action director, right? He's known for his very stylistic like fight scenes and like directorial choices. So I don't think that in theory he was a bad pick to direct a Mission Impossible movie given the median that they're working with. But I don't think it worked out well in the end. Spoiler alert. The movie stars Tom Cruise and Dougherty Scott, who played Ambrose, the villain. He also played the villain in Taken 3. He was also in the Hitman movie.
Which one?
Hitman.
Okay. I think that was like the first one that came out. Did you ever watch
that? Generally, the first one is just called Hitman. There's not like Hitman 2 and it's the first one.
Did you well, there's one called Agent 47.
No.
So I wasn't sure if that one was the first one or not.
Oh, okay.
But have you ever watched the Hitman movie?
No, but I see that everyone I follow
so fucking bad.
I see that everyone I follow on Letterboxd that has watched it has given it 1.5 stars.
It deserves less than that. It's so bad. The suit that 47 wears in that movie just doesn't fit him to begin with.
Okay.
And it's fucking god awful acting. The guy who's playing 47 just has no idea what the fuck he's doing. Like, doesn't act like 47, doesn't talk like 47, doesn't do anything.
It's like they just kind of used the material, the game.
Yeah, they just made a shit movie and called it Hitman.
Okay, Ving Rhames is back as Luther, and then John Polson is here as fake Benji, who you can tell in this movie that they nailed down what they wanted the team to be. Ethan, the woman, Luther, and Benji. But they didn't quite get Benji right in this movie because it's not Benji. You could tell by the next movie they figured it out.
Yeah,
Ethan,
they knew
the woman,
they needed
Luther, and Benji.
They knew they needed someone with.
And then they immediately fucked it up right after because then Luther wasn't in the movie.
They needed someone with a like a Queen's English accent.
Yeah,
that's why they went with the Australian guy.
Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, and now they're going with the fucking Brit himself.
Yeah. So, looking at this guy's filmography.
Oh, the actress who played Naya, what was her name again?
Oh, we're going to get to her in a second.
Okay.
Looking at the guy who plays Billy's filmography, it looks like he is in not a lot of movies.
Okay.
Well, he's in 20 films, but none of them I recognize, like, at all. Besides Mission Impossible 2. So we're not going to go over them. He looks like he also directs too, so that's interesting. It also stars fake Zoe Saldana as
No, we
Naya.
went halfway through that movie thinking that was Zoe Saldana. I even looked up a picture of Zoe Saldana and I was like, oh yeah, this is her.
It looks like her. It's crazy how much it looks like her.
Yeah.
Her name is Thandwi Newton. I'm going to say it's Thandwi. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that right. Oh, her full name is Melanie, though. Melanie Thandwi Newton, but she goes by Thandwi Newton.
Well, you better hope you pronounce that right because she's going to listen to this.
It's Thandie. Because it says she's formally credited as Thandie Newton. So I'm assuming that's just like the pronunciation of it, but it's spelled differently. You'll find this interesting. So one of her top billed movies include Pursuit of Happiness, Interview with a Vampire, the Mufasa movie, 2012.
The one that just came out?
Yeah. 2012, Dawn of the Nugget, Crash, which interestingly enough, I watched. It's a garbage film. Don't ever watch that movie. I thought it was Zoe Saldana in that movie. And right now at 2:09 p.m. on November 9th, 2025 is when I'm learning that Zoe Saldana was not in Crash. She was also in Norbit. Which is like my guilty pleasure. And finally, she was in the Han Solo movie, which I'm sure you've never watched.
I did. I just don't remember where she is or what character she was.
Let's see. I have to click show me more to find her character in that movie. So she must be something super small. I don't even see her on here. Yeah, she has to be something super small. Still scrolling. I don't see her. Okay. Oh, wait. Maybe I missed her at the top. Hold on. Oh, she was Val. Don't know who Val was in that. I've watched that movie once.
Yeah, I saw it once.
I thought it was passable. I gave it like 3 stars. It was fine. But anyway, she was in Norbit, which, again, guilty pleasure movie. Like, extremely racist Eddie Murphy movie. But I watch it every once in a while. A little sweet treat.
You microdose racism as a treat, huh?
It's the American dream, brother. So yeah, let's go over some box office and fun facts. Trivia. Here it is. Did you know the famous rock climbing sequence was filmed at Dead Horse Point in Utah?
No, but it looked like Utah.
He was a stunt double for that scene.
Wow.
What the fuck?
All right, Mission Impossible series is over.
We're done. Tom Cruise was on a cable which were then digitally removed, and Ron Kauk was the climbing double, and the overhang stunt was performed by the main stunt double Keith Campbell. Director John Woo was so scared each time, but Tom insisted on doing it. I genuinely thought that Tom Cruise just climbed the mountains.
You thought he just did it free solo?
Would you put it past him?
Yes, that's fucking insane.
Interesting.
I don't think anybody should be doing that shit.
This is an insane fact. Dougray Scott, the guy who played Ambrose, was originally going to play Logan/Wolverine in the X-Men movies when this movie conflicted with shooting schedules, and he chose this movie over X-Men.
Hey,
Not for nothing.
The heart wants what it wants.
Not for nothing. It was a lose-lose situation on his part. Because I don't think he would be a good Wolverine.
He would not be a good Wolverine.
Let's see.
I will agree with you on that one.
Oh, God. Director John Woo's first cut of this movie clocked in at 3.5 hours.
Oh. Give me the 4-hour Mission Impossible 2.
Oh, my God.
There's just a 2-hour sex scene.
There is exactly one Mission Impossible movie that I could see being 4 hours long, and it is Fallout. It's the one with Henry Cavill. That one they can just keep doing, because that one was like slapstick towards the end. With how many times Henry Cavill just refused to die. Paramount Pictures balked at this length and told him that the final length could not exceed 2 hours. This would explain why there are so many plot holes and continuity errors in the theatrical cut.
In the theatrical cut?
I didn't think there were any plot holes. I just thought there were so many like random things that didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise's then wife Nicole Kidman suggested Thandie Newton as the love interest for Ethan Hunt. That's crazy. You got to be like a built-in cuck to be an actor.
Yeah.
Let's see. Apparently. Oh, John Woo found himself locked out of the editing room by Tom Cruise, who took over ownership of the final cut. This guy does not know how to just like keep it brief. Interesting.
That's so funny.
Oh, okay. Finally, we get to some real stunts. That scene where they blow up everything on the bridge for some reason. Like Luthor's like, "Oh, there's Ethan riding towards that car. Let me blow it up."
He said to clear the bridge, and so he's gonna explode the car off the bridge.
Apparently, Tom Cruise rode the motorcycle through that explosion with no protective gear, not even any gel or like.
Big.
Yeah. So that makes up for the rock climbing scene. Tom Cruise lied to the movie's insurance agent, saying that he would be letting the stunt crew handle all the major action set pieces. In reality, Cruise did about 95% of his own stunts. So he did everything except the rock climbing one, which was probably like, I don't want to say the safest, but in compared to the rest of the movie.
Like, I think the rock climbing one was probably the most dangerous.
You think that him blowing up stuff with a motorcycle?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Where's the danger?
He hung off the motorcycle for like a good 500 meters.
Okay. Where's the danger?
This was the highest grossing movie of 2000.
Yep.
Interesting. I guess if you coming off the heels of Mission Impossible 1, that makes sense. So let's look up the box office. You got any predictions? Wait, let me give you the budget first.
Wait, you're giving me the what?
The budget.
Okay.
Because I think it's a good like base to go off of, Cab. The budget was oh my god, in 2000. In the year 2000, the budget for this movie was $125 million.
Okay, so I'm guessing this made about $5 billion.
Final
answer.
Okay. You really think it made $5 billion?
Yes.
The highest grossing movie of all time being Avatar at $3 billion.
They forgot to just put Mission Impossible 2 on the list.
Everyone always underestimates Mission Impossible 2. The movie grossed anywhere between $546.4 million to $549.6 million. So I think this is wrong. This is kind of like, is there any other movies that have had like a bad sequel but have like been a success?
Like the sequel was a success?
Like financially, yeah, because the original was so good, but the sequel was bad that people just went to see the sequel because it was the sequel and it turned out to be bad.
I don't know, just fucking any of the Marvel movies.
Transformers.
So how dare you?
Revenge of the Fallen.
How dare you?
I think it's a good movie.
The Fallen is the best of the Transformers movies.
That's interesting. So yeah, so it needed to gross roughly at this point $250 million. It did over twice that.
Yeah.
So this was a profitable ass movie. So I guess they saved themselves by having a good base to go off of. Okay, what's next? What do we got going on? Oh yeah. So what do you remember about the first time you watched this movie? I guess not the first time, because like you said last time, your first Mission Impossible that you watched, the first one was like when you were like super young. But like,
yeah, no, I remember this one a lot more.
What was your previous memories of this movie before watching it today, I guess? Like, better question.
I remember this a lot more because this is my favorite Mission Impossible movie.
Is it?
I love this one. It's so good.
Are you being like actually serious right now?
Yes.
Okay.
It is the best one. I remember, like I said before, the Albert Einstein guy. Like, I thought that was actually Albert Einstein when I was a kid, and they got him to act in a movie. I misremembered something. I thought that when they like get to the girl to give her the like serum shit, I thought she was in the middle of a crowd of people. I don't remember her trying to kill herself. And then the fucking, when he's in that like bio facility towards the end and like the bird fucking flies out and then he like walks by in the fire. I remember that shit pretty vividly.
I think what probably, I don't know, this is your opinion, but I think what probably appeals to you is that this movie's just cool.
Yeah,
like it's just cool. Like, it kind of reminds me of like
this
like
is
a
the
Magnum
quintessential
PI. Like,
yeah, this is the quintessential 2000s action movie.
Yeah,
all the fucking flips they do when they're fighting. Tom Cruise constantly like doing little spins while he's like shooting at people.
On the beach scene, I counted 4 different martial arts that he used.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's dude, that final fight is so funny because every chance either of them get, they just throw their entire selves at somebody. They're not fighting. They're just like jumping at each other with their feet.
This was a year after The Matrix.
Yeah.
So I see what was going on.
Oh my God. Tom Cruise this was the perfect movie to do all of that in because of Tom Cruise's hair being that long.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just constantly like whoosh.
A toothpick makes all the difference.
Yeah.
So when I first watched this movie, which was May 6th of this year,
okay,
my review was, quote, on a skeletal level, very similar to the first, but with some cool John Woo stylistic overhaul. I'll probably come to regret saying this, but I really hope the dumb face mask thing every 10 minutes does not continue.
Dude, the face masks were so much funnier in this one because when they take the face masks off, they are staring directly into the camera every time.
That's like John Woo's thing. It's like best use of a face mask in a non-serious way probably is in this movie when they get the guy who is duct tape kill him.
Dude, yeah, him just unloading on this guy. So funny.
The scene where Ambrose is playing Ethan outside the villa. And instead of taking it off like the normal.
Yeah, because he's sad. His girl's a spy.
His girl that he's known for a couple weeks.
Yeah. No, yeah. This is my favorite of all the Mission Impossibles.
This is
dude. The fucking leather jackets they wear too. I want that one that Ethan has on the motorcycle in that final scene.
They literally made every movie look the exact same following The Matrix. Okay, we're gonna get into it because now it's time to talk about today's. We'll start with our positives, and then we'll go into our negatives. I'm gonna open this up by saying I really, really, really hate when I turn on a movie from before, say, 2010, and I can tell that Chris Nolan watched the movie and liked the movie because it's so fucking apparent that he watched this movie and was like, I love it. Let's just do that. The opening scene, exact same thing as Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, yeah.
A plane hijacking with a virus, with blood, with a fucking crash, with an overly convoluted way of crashing the plane.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
No, brother. They expect to find one of us in the wreckage.
The fact that Hans Zimmer was the composer in this, which actually made the score a lot better, the way that they were like, let's do like a rock version of the theme. Really cool. I don't know if you noticed, but in the final fight scene, it was the same exact arrangement as the Dark Knight music. Like exactly, almost. I was like, what? Like
that's another big 2000s thing. Was like, let's take the theme song and make it rock.
Yeah. But just the fact that I can tell that Chris Nolan watched this movie at one point, and I have a Chris Nolan book up there, and he talks about how he likes the Mission Impossible movies. But he never specifically mentions this one. He just says, I like the Mission Impossible movies. I admire what Tom Cruise does. And it's like, first off, put him in a movie then. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my God.
You're a big fan of not using CGI, and he's a big fan of doing his own stunts. Do you understand what you guys are capable of together?
Dude, a Chris Nolan movie with Tom Cruise would be fucking insane.
Someone would die. There would be a death on the production.
It needs to be like a big. It can't be like.
It needs to be
an Interstellar movie. Or like a Tenet.
No, it needs to be like an action, like spy movie.
Yeah. Holy fuck! Call Chris Nolan right now. Get him on the phone.
I think Chris Nolan could do a GTA movie with Tom Cruise.
Ooh.
I think it could happen because Chris Nolan loves Heat, and Heat's just GTA.
Yeah.
But anyway, my point is that watching this movie and after reading that book, it's like it's very clear that he also thinks this is the best Mission Impossible movie because there's just so much things that he's done from it. And I'm just like, brother, the fact that Naya in this movie is literally Catwoman in The Dark Knight Rises. Like the fact that like it's like, oh,
she like hides the fucking thing down her tits.
They meet while she's stealing jewels.
Yeah.
Like the fact that she's like, I need a clean slate. I need my criminal history erased.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. I didn't put those two dots together. I think because I hadn't read the Chris Nolan book yet at this point in time when I watched it back in May. But now having read that, I'm like, oh my God, man. Like crazy. Okay, let's get into our positives and negatives. What's your first positive? What's a selling point for the movie? Like what do you think is like a really strong thing?
Really strong selling point. I think it's Tom Cruise is like hand-to-hand combat and how much he's like spinning and flipping in his hair, just like whoosh, whoosh,
so
whoosh.
the fighting stunts.
Yeah.
I will say that I had the same thing down. I have to do my ceremonial Luther. Like Luther just makes it so much better. But I will say that the action in this movie is so much better.
Yeah.
Like they even recreated the CIA darkroom scene effectively. They just redid that.
Yeah.
In a much cooler way.
Yeah. I also like how they, in the first Mission Impossible movie, the only technology you ever see anybody using is a fucking laptop.
And this one, they have like spy gear.
Yeah,
they have like the laser cutter,
spy satellites. Yeah, the laser cutter, the fucking. Of course, they brought back the laptop. Even just like the fucking camera they had that was capable of transmitting the data back to fucking Luther's van.
It felt more like the
fucking sunglasses that blow up. Dude,
I will say that's another selling point for me. The opening of the movie, not the plane scene, but the rock climbing sequence was really cool. I do question the fact that they're launching fake missiles at their agents to like deliver sunglasses that explode.
Dude, you're on vacation. A homie pulls up in a helicopter with a rocket launcher and just points at you. I'm not going to sit there and watch him shoot it at me.
It's like my boss just emails me now. So I'll say the same. Well, not the same thing, but like the action in general in this movie, I think was a lot better than the first. And I think that's why on a skeletal level, like the John Woo pivot made a lot of sense, because it was like, okay, he's an action guy, he's going to bring a lot, but I don't think narratively he's able to keep it tight. Got to keep it tight. And I think clearly based off the trivia, he has a problem with brevity. And I don't think that that's necessarily something that isn't the same with the Mission Impossible franchise in general, because it's all convoluted, all drawn out. Like there's usually like a fake out climax. Yeah. You know, and so it's like that, again, bringing in John Woo seemed like an ace in the hole. But somewhere along the line, something went wrong because the narrative is just a little wonky.
I think he just thought this was his like chance to make it big and be like a Chris Nolan type director.
He did. So from what I've only seen a couple of John Woo movies, and from what I've seen, it seems like he kind of threw a lot of his isms, the John Woo isms, into this movie.
Yeah.
Another positive for you?
I don't know, the actress that played Naya. I keep forgetting her name.
Oh, Thandie Newton.
Thandie Newton, yeah.
Yeah, she's good. I think that I do get frustrated, and I think this is where the movie had its chance to, or I guess the series, Mission Impossible as a whole, had its chance to diverge from Bond. Because like Bond's whole thing is like, okay, we have Q, we have M, and then we have the girl. And then maybe you have like another spy that you team up with, you know, in the field. And at the end of every Bond movie, he's like, we're going to get married. And then she either dies or they just never mention her again. And in this one, she just never gets mentioned again. Not in 3.
I thought she died at the beginning of 3.
No. I don't think so. Let's look up and see if she's in 3.
Because I know he has like another wife.
He gets married in 3.
Yeah, but I could have swore some girl dies at the beginning of 3.
If we're on here,
Mm-mm.
Aaron Paul's in 3. I don't remember that happening. Okay, I guess it's gonna be a great day when we get. Yeah, she's not in this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Maybe he did have like a girlfriend and she dies, but yeah, I don't know. The point being is that I do think she was a great part of the movie. It's just like in the larger picture, it's like she's irrelevant.
Yeah.
And that's another thing is like the part that she plays is unfortunately like they build her up to be this like thief, and she does do cool thieving stuff. Like
she does
jacket.
like one.
Yeah, like the jacket thing. But then 90% of the time she's just the girl.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, maybe we can give the girl something to do.
Yeah.
Like,
I like how they originally describe his mission when they're like, yeah, you need to get this girl to get back with her ex. This is mission difficulty impossible. I thought that shit was hella funny.
Well, I don't know. It seems like the whole mission should have been that. But they kind of like immediately cut to it.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's done.
Yeah.
You know. Another positive for me, I do have to say the entire like break-in sequence at the lab, from like the point where he jumps off the helicopter all the way through the point where he jumps out of the building.
Yeah.
I think it was over the top and just in the best way possible. It's like if 50,000 bullets were fired, not a single person was killed for at least 5 minutes on screen. And then
hella people got hit in the lab.
Break between the fighting, then he decided to start killing people. But like in the main sequence of the first part, it was just everyone's just shooting whatever. He's behind cover. Everyone could just see his head sticking out, and they were like,
I know, yeah, the top of his head was just poking up.
Throw a grenade. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you guys have
If they threw a grenade, they would have spread that virus all over the place.
No, the gun was like across the room.
No, it was right. It wasn't that far from him.
Throw a flashbang. I don't know. But yeah, it was just over the top, and I really like stuff like that because it's like it's fun. If you're gonna give me a convoluted movie, at least give me something to like, you know, like a palate cleanser to, you know, get through it. So I do like that. Do you have any negatives from the movie, or is this just your perfect movie?
It's only positives. Like, only positives. I love how literally anything Tom Cruise shoots blows up. But like every vehicle, he shoots it like twice, and it just he shoots the driver of the vehicle, and it's he shoots a fucking metal container that just says hazardous waste on it, and it blows up. And he shoots like the fucking dirt in front of somebody, and it's like but the second Tom Cruise gets on a motorcycle, that motorcycle gets shot up so many times.
Indestructible.
The gas tank gets hit. He is leaking gas. He still drives max speed for like 20 miles. Like,
I do have some complaints about this movie. One, I guess, is kind of nitpicky, but the other is like an actual thing. The first is that I feel like this movie is very bipolar.
Mm-hmm.
The parts where there is no action going on, I'm not invested. I'm so bored. I'm like, I do not care about this horse race. I have to tell you, I do not care about this flamenco dance that is happening on screen. But by God, you put them on a beach in Australia on a nice 70-degree day, and I am locked in. Right.
Dude, yeah, the fucking indestructible villain as well.
Yeah. Like, the fact that like Tom Cruise or Ethan had the fucking knife and he was like, all right, kill me. It's better than going out with the flu. Right. Mm-hmm. And then Ethan's like, no, I'm going to do the Batman Arkham Asylum beatdown method. And like
he threw the knife at the bad guy's feet too, which I didn't understand. Why the fuck would you give him his knife back? If you're going to throw him at his feet, stick it in his foot. If you want to give him a beatdown or something to give yourself an advantage, don't just throw away your opportunity.
So my other complaint for this movie is that they made the stakes really, really high, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, they have this virus, right? It can spread. We're going to start a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
The virus, the flu. Like, and then the cure, widely available.
Yeah,
like,
that's
why,
like
just go to CVS and ask them for the cure, and they have it already.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the thing that I was when he was saying like, oh yeah, I want stock options. Your stock's gonna balloon to be over 200.
You
a
can
share.
tell that this was made in the 2000s because the pharmaceutical guy evilly looks at the camera and is like, "I'm in it for the money," and it's like, really?
Finally, an honest movie.
Like, you don't fucking say the villain's in it for the money. Like,
Yeah, but no, when he was like, oh yeah, we're gonna release the virus, it's gonna spread it out everywhere, and hey, you're gonna come out tomorrow and be like, hey, I have the cure. Wouldn't that like just fucking crash the stock price? Because people are like, okay, you have this cure for this new virus. You had to have made this virus.
not even that. It's like they're gonna announce that they have the cure, which is fine, right? Like,
I would say wait a few months, let like a few million people die, and then be like, we've been working tirelessly on this cure.
Right. But this is the whole
But
thing.
then your
So,
stock options aren't going to be worth fucking anything.
it's kind of like the plague in modern day, right? Because the cure to the plague is penicillin,
Mm-hmm.
right? You take penicillin. The plague is still pretty deadly. I think it has like a 30% mortality rate. But like, the cure is penicillin. You can get penicillin from any pharmacy.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to go and they're going to let this virus out, and everyone's going to have the flu, and people are going to die, and they're going to be like, the cure, this over-the-counter drug, and everyone's going to go, oh, okay, I'll just go get it from over the counter. I don't need to buy yours.
Well, no, they had to have bought his because it's not just the flu that he was giving people. He said
But the
it's
cure
like,
was like
several combinations of the flu together
But
into
I
like
thought
a
the
new
cure
type
was
of virus.
But I thought the cure was just like a normal medicine that they
No,
had.
the cure
Oh.
they specifically manufactured to be able to eradicate this new virus.
Gotcha. Okay, so they solved the problem.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay,
Well,
so
they wanted to solve a problem, so they first had to make a
the
problem.
right?
Yeah.
But they had to actually make a cure. It wasn't like, oh, take this antibiotic that already exists.
Yeah. No.
Gotcha. Okay. So I guess that makes more sense. But
That's
yes,
why that girl only had like 20 hours left. Otherwise, when she injected herself, she could have just gone to CVS. Yeah.
That's another thing that I didn't like about the whole chimera thing. Is that it is like conveniently like you are going to be healthy. You can run a marathon if you want for 19 hours and 59 minutes, but if you hit 20 hours, by God, you're gonna bleed from your face.
Well, no, you bleed after 35. You have 20 hours to get the thing,
and then you
inside
start
of
getting
you.
sick. So the incubation period is just 20 hours.
Yeah, well,
Gotcha.
no, the incubation time is probably less than that because it was less than 20 hours when she was in the helicopter, like getting the cure from Luther.
She looked a little,
but she looked kind of sick already. So I think it's just like it's like the event horizon of a black hole. Like 20 hours.
Don't talk to me
You
about event
can't
horizons of black
fucking-
holes.
After 20 hours, even if you get the cure, it's not going to save you.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
like anti-venom too with snakes. Like depending on what type of snake it is, you have X amount of time to get the anti-venom in you. It's not like you'll instantly die at that minute marker. It's that if you get the anti-venom after that minute marker, it just won't be effective enough to save you.
Yeah.
Like you'll still die.
Okay. So the only other negative I have is like a nitpick, and it really is pretty much just like nitpicking small little things that don't make sense. So the first major one that I saw that I was like, in the scene when he rappels down from the helicopter,
Mm-hmm.
jumps down the shaft, and he stops and he unhooks himself and he lands like a cat.
Yeah, he just lands completely silently.
Right? Cool. Awesome. Does the little laser thing, opens the glass, jumps through that, smack! Just as loud as you can. And it's like, why did you land silently if you're just going to land loudly the next time? Right? So there's that.
Yeah, what's the point of the laser cutter too at that point? Just fucking break the glass.
Right. If you're going to be loud, like just be loud, right? The other thing is in that whole sequence with Luther's van getting, I don't know why I'm yelling so much, Irish car bombed.
Mm-hmm.
Luther's like, God forbid I leave the laptop. And then he does nothing else for the rest of the scene. So effectively, he like almost died for nothing.
You don't even see him like leave the van. Like
you you don't see him leave the van, and if they were gonna do a thing like, oh, maybe he died, you know, and Ethan's like, oh my god, Luther, are you there? Luther, are you there? You know, or the helicopter lands and they can't find Luther and he's hurt or whatever, you know, sure.
Like it shows 2 seconds on the timer. It shows Luther with his jacket stuck, and then it shows the van blowing up.
And then you're like, okay, and then Luther's just there.
Yeah.
And it's like there was no tension created by it. Like it just was a cool like explosion. It's like Michael Bay, like
dude, in 2 seconds you're still in that van before that bomb goes off. You're not getting far enough.
You're shockwave.
You were not walking away from that vine.
You're Luther. Yeah, that's so your true. Leather jacket.
You're in your $800 Gucci shoes and his $300 Louis Vuitton jacket.
Oh my god,
dude! It was so I died every time he named a brand. He stepped in the cow shit and he's like, I bought these $800 Gucci shoes. I
did notice that this movie had a lot more brand placement than the last. They were like, I'm opening my MacBook to hack into the Intel mainframe.
The fucking scientist name being Macintosh as well. I was just like, come on, bro.
I'm gonna give you some foreshadowing. In the very last movie, in Final Reckoning, there is a Luther situation that makes just absolutely zero sense.
My van's about to blow up. I need to grab the ice cold refreshing Coke Zero available at your local gas station.
It's not branding, but it is on par with the whole like 2 seconds left on the bomb, because you're like, why is this happening to Luther? And it's something that you need an explanation for, because like it's a big part of the plot.
Like even after watching the movie, it just doesn't make sense why it happened.
Yes, and it's not like why it happened, it's like why it's happening. I can't explain it to you without going any further into spoilers, so I'm not going to. But essentially, when Luther's introduced in the final movie, the scenario in which he's introduced in, you're like, oh, okay. And then you're like, they're going to tell me why this is happening. And then they don't at all. And you're just like, why was Luther like that? Like, what? Like, so he just gets like this, like, no plot armor. Just they give him anti-plot armor throughout this, and this is where it starts. The same reason that he's just not in Mission Impossible 4. Just, why is he not there? Why would Ethan not just call his best friend? Like, he's like, I'll call Benji, who I just met, but I will not be calling my best friend who has saved me now 3 times. So there's the silent landing thing, right? There's Luther's jacket. And then there's just like the whole like everything just conveniently happens. Like the whole like I can only get one of us out of here.
Yeah. Like, dude, he hella could have got both of them out of there. Just tell her, hold on as tight as you fucking can. We're jumping out that wall. And then just like kind of also hold her and then pull the fucking parachute.
I'm certain he had like
he was wearing like a fucking tack vest or something. Like, he could have fucking clipped her belt loop on or some shit.
Velcroed her. I don't know.
Fucking put her in one of his tactical pouches.
Another thing is in that scene, I think despite that scene being so cool, there was so many like problems with it, because he also, in the whole like 90 shots were fired and no one was hit sequence, he fires like 89 of those shots and doesn't reload until he like is like, oh, I've shot one more person, now I need to reload.
Dude, oh my god, I don't know if I saw this for sure, but when he was I think it was when he was hiding behind that little thing, the gun's next to him, and then the girl is like walking up and they're like talking or whatever. He like takes a second to pop out and like shoot some dudes. He like hits the wall next to some guy, and then the guy like falls over and acts like he got shot. And I was like, you missed.
Another Chris Nolan. Chris Nolanism. Have you ever seen that scene in The Dark Knight Rises?
No, that happened there too.
Yeah, so there's this. Do you remember The Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah, it's not one that I've watched the most. Okay, but so yeah, I remember it.
The scene where they're on the rooftop, like right after he meets Catwoman for the first time, and they're on the rooftop fighting all the guys, and Bane's like walking towards them or whatever, and then they jump into the helicopter and like fly away. So in that fight scene, they're like fighting a bunch of people, and there's a stunt performer in there who does not get hit, yet he acts like he gets hit and falls over, but it's not like, oh, like someone like Anne Hathaway or Christian Bale's leg or arm went in front of him, so there's like plausible that like they are nowhere near him. He just acts like he gets hit and falls over, and it's in the final cut of the movie.
That's so funny.
So I don't know. Again, given that clearly Chris Nolan loves this movie, I don't know if that's just translated over. Yeah, that's really all I have for this movie as far as like negatives. Is the Chimera is just like a weak, like. I don't want to say I wanted them to continue the whole like the agent list thing, but I do feel like the sequel should be a little bit more connected to the first narratively, and then when you get to like the third, then you can kind of start creating new storylines. I mean, I guess in this one you can also say that Ethan was just a completely different person.
Yeah,
but I count that as a net positive because Ethan in the first movie was not someone I could have dealt with for 8 movies.
Yeah,
he was just so boring.
I feel like when you decide to make a sequel, you need to decide then and there if you're going to be like, okay, these movies are going to be episodic, or like these movies are going to have a continuing like storyline. Yeah, because if you make 2 kind of connected to 1 and then 3 you do something different, I feel like that's where the franchise dies.
Yeah, okay, I could see that. Yeah. I guess maybe it's just Chimera then. It's just like a week.
Would you want them to have like fucking AIDS too?
I don't know. They could have done something better, in my opinion. First off, there was no nuke in this movie.
Yeah,
and that's like Luther's thing, is disarming nukes. Yeah, I think this I think this movie was not doomed, but in trouble narratively from the get-go, because there was so much in the first movie that they like decided that they did not want to do again. Like Ethan being boring. I'm not saying he was boring in the first movie, but like if I would have had to deal with that Ethan for 8 whole movies, I probably would not have liked this series as much as I do. This Ethan, absolutely.
This is also the only one where he has like that long ass flowy hair, right?
Yeah.
I know his hair's like not ever as short as it was in Mission Impossible 1 again, but it's like never that long again, right?
In the last 2.
Oh, he's back to like the shorter hair?
No. It's closer to this length than Mission Impossible 2.
Oh, okay.
But it's not like long, flowy hair. It's still parted to the side, but it's longer. In 4, 5, and 6, it's a little bit longer than 1, but still in that same style.
Okay.
I will say that 7 and 8, it's like he has longer hair.
Gotcha. Dude, can we take a break real quick, because I need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
like real bad.
We're almost done, so just go and then we'll come back.
All right, I completed my impossible mission of taking a fat shit.
Okay, that's actually a good transition, because now we're going to talk about Rotten Tomatoes scores and rankings. Okay, so read you the critic consensus for Rotten Tomatoes, and then I'll have you guess the audience and the critic score, okay?
Okay.
Okay, critic consensus. Your cranium may cave more substance, but your eyes will feast on the amazing action sequences.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought you said you were reading Rotten Tomatoes, not a fucking fortune cookie.
That's
like, what?
That is the consensus. I don't know who writes the consensus, but...
Consensus?
Okay. What do you think the critic score is? Remember, this is 0 to 100%.
Based off that, I feel like they gave it like a 40%.
40%? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think audiences gave this?
Audiences, I'm an audience. I loved this movie. 92%.
You think audiences gave this a 92%, but gave the first one a 70%?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, you're wrong on both. A little bit closer on the critic score. Okay. You said 40?
Yeah.
Okay. This was a rare movie where the audience score was lower than that of the critic score. So the critics like this movie more.
Interesting.
Critic score 58.
Okay.
Audience score 42.
Damn.
Yeah, audiences did not like this.
This one is the best one.
Tell that to the audiences.
Fuck you, audience. This is the best one.
Well, let's consult the audience. Let's read some reviews off Letterboxd. We'll read a 5-star, a low half or 1 star, whatever we can find, and then a medium one. Okay. sort by highest first. Done.
If someone once again says the camera is a character in this movie, I'm going to rip the head off this alien.
Let's see. Oh my god, a lot of these are very short.
He's rubbing his alien monkey.
Oh god. Okay. Here's a good one. Here's a 5-star one. Start the movie, watch the first 9 minutes. Limp Bizkit starts playing, pause the movie, go on Letterboxd, give the movie 5 stars, resume the movie.
Perfect.
That is about how all of the 5 stars are. So it would seem that a lot of people are on here.
They just
here's
like
a longer
Limp Bizkit.
No, it seems like a lot of people on here are giving it 5 stars because it's like, yeah, the movie, but I just love it so much. Here's a longer one. As far as you could possibly go from De Palma classy and academical directing, say what you want about John Woo, but he's certainly ironclad. This is the opus that truly propels the franchise into the 21st century. I've been hard on Woo for his handling of the action, slow motion, and all. I will say there's a lot of slow motion in this movie, but that's a 2000s thing.
That is a 2000s thing.
But he finds a nice balance here between the kitschness and the effectiveness. The lab sequence is a model for the genre. I agree. Per the adage that says that cinema is really about sex, the movie almost seems more interested in the romance between Ethan and Naya than it is in the familiar high-stakes thriller plot. A clever narrative device, which is introduced as early as the first scene, even allows for the script to have... its cake and eat it too by merging 2 plots into one. And who could say in the end which one really does make Ethan run?
I have no idea what any of that means.
I think he's just saying it like there's a lot of ballsy choices and they liked them.
Okay,
let's go to Lois first. Half star, get Randy Tom Cruise out of there.
Get Randy Tom Cruise?
I don't know if they're calling him horny or if they're calling him Randy as in like, I don't know.
He just doesn't want Tom Cruise to be in Mission Impossible anymore. I will say another selling point for this movie, Tom Cruise has his middle tooth. He has not yet had the corrective surgery to get rid of it.
Okay, here's another good one. Or not another good one, but like I think an interesting one for this. So this is half a star. Insane letdown compared to the previous movie. No vibes, no fun, no plot twists. It's taking itself way too seriously. I don't know if we watched the same movie. I don't. They might have reviewed the wrong one.
That is the one movie I would not call serious.
This is what I do agree on. All the background characters are useless and uninteresting.
No, you liked them. You said they were the goonest looking goons you've ever seen.
I think they're talking about like Luther and...
That's not a background character. That's a side character.
Oh, okay. The only thing that saves the movie is the 3 minutes of Anthony Hopkins and Ving Rhames as my man Luther and his Gucci shoes.
See, he likes Luther.
Interesting. Okay, let's see if we can just go ahead and find a 3.5 star one. There is a 3.5 star one right here, but it is very short and makes no actual substantive review. 3.5 stars. Realistic.
Happened to me last week.
My God, film has apparently a lot of like foreign fans because there's a lot of different languages going on in here. Okay,
you should try reading one.
It's in like script.
Yeah.
No. Here's a 3.5 star one from yesterday, actually.
Okay.
Nonsensical plot by even the standards of its genre, but the ridiculousness escalates. As the ridiculousness escalates, it only becomes more entertaining. The climax, case in point. I memory hold that Anthony Hopkins and Brendan Gleeson are in this, and I'm surprised that they never brought back the former as Hunt's IMF liaison. Thandie Newton isn't bad in this, as I recalled. It does feature the series' worst villain in Dougray Scott's Ambrose. I do have to agree with that.
Yeah, he was just like...
I would say that...
Because he was sent on the mission to pick up the scientist. That's why he impersonated Ethan.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, I'm going to steal this and kill everybody instead.
Yeah. I will say that John Voight's character Phelps from the first movie probably had that for me, but without spoiling it after the 2-part finale. He doesn't come back. I'm gonna say that right now. He does not. He's dead. We watched him die.
Yeah.
But they do a lot of callback to the first movie in the last movie. And that really kind of brings everything full circle for Ethan. And so I think that retroactively elevated it for me. Worst villain in Dougray Scott's Ambrose, but the idea of a rogue IMF agent who is just as skilled in mask disguise as Ethan Hunt is an interesting concept. Also, the score sounds a lot like a parody of background music in 70s porn videos in the beginning when Thandie Newton and Cruz first meet each other.
There was flamenco music playing when they first met. What?
There was a lot of that. Yeah. So there's your high end, low end, and middle of the ground. So, what would you give this on Letterboxd?
5 stars.
5 stars?
Yeah.
I think everyone's allowed to have like that one just obscene, over the top movie that's 5 stars for no reason.
What did I give the last one? Do you remember?
I want to say it was 4 stars.
Okay.
It was 4 stars. So I originally on Letterboxd gave this movie 2.5 stars. After rewatching this, I am willing to bump it up to 3 stars with a heart, which is very rare for me.
With a heart?
Yeah. So when you do a Letterboxd review, you can do the stars and then a like.
Okay.
So for me, my rating system is this: 5-star, perfect movie, just perfect movie, right? 4.5 star, there is one thing in that movie that I'm just not going to get over. 4 stars, great movie, couple issues, whatever. 3.5 stars, most rewatchable thing you can get. For just a kind of general base, all the Transformers movies, except for the 4th, 5th, and 6th one that I have not watched, so 1, 2, and 3, have 3.5 stars. Just insanely rewatchable. Even if they're bad, they're still good. Okay. Thing, right? 3 stars is usually like, okay, that was a good movie, but I'm not willing to rewatch it. Okay. I generally don't give a heart below 3.5 stars.
Okay.
To things. So in this, that heart is kind of a substitute because I would rewatch this, but I'm not willing to give it 3.5 stars. I think 3 stars is a nice sweet spot, only because I think the first one was better than this one, and I gave that one 3.5 stars. So I'm not willing to give them the same rating.
Okay.
So I will give it 3 stars. 2.5 stars is still a good movie, by the way. That's a 5 out of 10. That's halfway there. But for me, that's a good movie. I've given some movies that I really did not like less than that. So, and movies that I really have like 2.5 stars.
Okay.
I think I gave Venom 2.5 stars, and I liked Venom. So, just saying. Okay, where would you rank this out of all the Mission Impossibles that you've seen? So the first 6.
Number 1.
Number 1. Okay. I am of the opinion that these movies kept getting better, except for this one. I am going to leave this at the bottom. Only because I think that from here on out, they match the absurdity of this movie with better narratives. So I think if this movie had a little bit tighter of a narrative, I think it has the potential to be a little bit higher up on my list. But I think the uneven pacing really kind of did it for me.
Okay.
So I'm going to put this below 1. So that's where it is right now, which is, let me see if I can pull up my lists. Hold on. Mission Impossible ranked. Where are you at? So right now I have it listed as 2, 1, 3, 4, 7, 5, 6, 8.
Wait, from top to bottom?
From bottom to top.
Oh, okay.
2,
I was like,
1, 3.
You also put number 2 at number 1.
No, 2, 1, 3, 4. 7, 5,
okay,
6, 8.
So do it like a normal person, read it top to bottom.
Okay, so Reckoning, which is the last one. Then Fallout, which is the one before, which is 6.
Okay.
Then Rogue Nation, which is 5.
Okay.
Then Dead Reckoning, which is 7. Because I did think that it got worse, but like I said the last episode, it does end on a sort of kind of not really cliffhanger. And I think watching them back to back, I would probably be willing to rank them together and put 7 as the second best.
Okay.
Then it's Ghost Protocol, then 3, then 1, then 2.
Okay.
So I do have 2 at the bottom with 1 above it, but I am of the opinion that these movies just kept getting better.
Gotcha.
So it's not, and again, even at the bottom, I still enjoyed 2 a lot more than I've enjoyed other movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's nowhere near like movies that I think are bad.
Yeah. My list so far is gonna get longer as we watch these. Right now, at number 1 I have 2 with 5 stars, and at number 2 I have 1 with 4 stars.
There we go. So they're just gonna keep getting better.
I don't know.
6 stars.
Maybe I hate 3.
First 6-star review.
I found an extra star.
Let's see. I've never given anything less than half a star. Or less than 1 star, sorry. Excuse me.
Oh, I was about to say, you said you can't.
Yeah, no, less than 1 star. Okay, let me read you some movies that I have given 2.5 stars. This way you can kind of get a good... you're going to hate me. Tron Legacy.
That's all I need to know.
Twilight. Transformers Age of Extinction. The Until Dawn movie.
You would rewatch that?
No. That's what I'm saying is that I'm bumping this up to 3. It was 2.5.
Yeah, but you said 2.5. You was
3.5.
Like
3.5 is my rewatch.
Oh, 3.5.
Yeah. Let's see. There's a movie called Mississippi Burning with Willem Dafoe in it. That's really, really good, but it is like, we're gonna show a graphic scene of someone being lynched, and it's like, that didn't need to be in this movie. You could have just said it happened, man. Joker Folie à Deux.
Okay.
Both the Rebel Moon movies, the first Saw movie, which if I rewatched it, I probably would give 5 stars, unfortunately. Venom Let There Be Carnage, I gave 2.5 stars. And Jungle Cruise, starring The Rock.
Oh my god.
So I do think that a higher rating is warranted. I'm bumping it up to 3.
I feel like it needs to be higher than that.
No, I think 3 is a good spot, because I gave like 28 Weeks Later. The original Mission Impossible is at 3.5, so 3. 3:10 to Yuma, which is like a really good Western, is at 3. The Accountant, 3. There's a bunch of good movies here in at 3, so I think that's fine. So I'm gonna give it 3 stars and a heart. Okay, let's do some readouts, some social readouts.
We're doing next week's episode, and then after that, we're taking a break off.
Yes. So
or we're taking a week off for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So we are going to release this episode, releases on the 12th. We will release an episode on the 19th. That episode is going to be, drum roll please, The Lost Colony of Roanoke. Yay. I have a whole thing. It's actually really, really long.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if it cracked like an hour and 30 minutes of me talking.
Okay.
Because those are all the notes. Don't pay attention to that image.
I was about to say, what's with the deer?
You'll see. It's because we talk about a cryptid.
Oh, yeah.
We're bringing back the cryptids. So, yes. So, on the 19th, the Roanoke episode will release, but the 26th, which would be a normal release for us, is the day before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to take that week off because I'm going to be gone the 21st through the 24th.
Okay.
So it just,
in
order to not have to like do a bunch of
record
bullshit,
and fucking edit.
Yeah, a bunch of bullshit.
2 days before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. We're going to take that week off. We'll be back on the 3rd, and then I think we should do the same thing for at least Christmas.
Yeah.
There's an episode that would be slated to release on New Year's Eve. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
But if we want to take 2 weeks off, we can.
I was about to say, I'm going to be gone, I think, the week prior to Christmas. Or like the 22nd and the 23rd.
22nd and 23rd?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could take that week off. When are you coming back?
I don't remember.
Okay,
I'll have to figure it out.
We might be off for the holidays. We'll see. Yeah. But either way, we will be back. We'll be back for one more episode after this one. Be off for Thanksgiving, and then we have, let's see, 1, 2, at least 3 episodes in December.
Okay.
Very least.
Yeah.
Because that's the 3rd, 10th, and 17th. Okay. Social readouts. YouTube, Learning Curve Pod, every Thursday, 2:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I don't know what happened. It got published early this time.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, but I took it down and put it back up.
Oh, okay.
So should be fine. Instagram, learningcurve.podcast. Twitter, we are at learningcurvepod. Bluesky, we are learningcurvepod.bsky.social. TikTok, we are Learning Curve Podcast. Got yelled at for not saying Job instead of job last week.
Okay, yeah, but I saw that comment. It's spelled the fucking same. If I'm going to Google Job, I am going to find job listing.
Right.
Like,
so fuck off. Bodhi's Twitch, Shrink3Dink. Cameron's Twitch is ChefCram. I will be streaming Battlefield this week. We'll be doing it.
Woo!
Bodhi's Substack is Shrinky.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ever going to touch that again. Maybe we
You can write about your trip to
advertising
New
it.
York.
That's true, yeah. I could write
It doesn't
about
pop up
League
on the
World.
little thing that's right here.
I know, yeah. That needs to be updated.
It does need to be updated.
Yeah, there's some shit we've added.
We'll update it eventually.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.